Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and right now you can get this sweet Scoop Soldier sticker when you order over at cardkingdom.com. Just mention in your order notes that you want a Scoop Soldier sticker when you go to checkout. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. So last week, we had an all-Pioneer Theros Beyond the Death Bowl, and in the end, it was one of the sweetest cards from the set that came out on top. Deathbellow War Cry, our weird, expensive Minotaur tutor. So today, we are heading to Pioneer for a deck that is all in on ramping into Deathbellow War Cry as quickly as possible. And then, when we resolve Deathbellow War Cry, being able to tutor up the right combination of Minotaurs to kill our opponent on the spot without our opponent being able to untap. So all in, Deathbellow War Cry, a combo, I guess I would say, for the Pioneer format. That's our plan for today. Before we break down the deck, jump into some games, a super quick reminder. If you haven't already, it would be spectacular of you if you could take a second, click the subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. Oh yeah, and also make sure to vote for next week's deck. I will stick a card up in the right-hand corner of the video. Click on it, go vote for the deck. It's also in the description, so we can have something sweet to play next week as well. So let's talk Deathbellow War Cry for Pioneer, starting with Deathbellow War Cry itself. So Deathbellow War Cry, it's pretty simple. 8 mana sorcery. We can tutor for 4 Minotaurs with different names, so we can't get the same one a whole bunch of times. But 4 Minotaurs with different names directly onto the battlefield. So the goal of our deck is pretty simple. We are looking to ramp into Deathbellow War Cry, and then when we resolve Deathbellow War Cry, have a combination of 4 Minotaurs in our deck that kill our opponent on the spot before our opponent gets to untap. So let's start with actually killing our opponent. What Minotaurs are we grabbing to be able to win the game with Deathbellow War Cry? Here we have kind of 3 staple Minotaurs that we're almost always getting, and then we have a few extra Minotaurs that we get depending on the situation. So when we cast Deathbellow War Cry, almost 100% of the time, we're getting a Kragma Warcaller, which gives all of our Minotaurs haste and +2/+0 when they attack. We're getting a Fanatic Amogus, which deals somewhere between like 7 to 10-ish direct damage to our opponent when it comes into play, thanks to our devotion. And then we're getting a Rageblood Shaman, which gives all of our Minotaurs trample and also +1/+1, but this allows us to get through blockers. So when you cast Deathbellow War Cry, you're auto-snapping off these 3 Minotaurs, one of each, and these are kind of our most important. The combination of haste lets us attack right away, so we can win the game with combat damage immediately. Trample gets us through blockers. The direct damage from Fanatic Amogus can sometimes just win the game by itself, but more importantly, it's able to lower our opponent's life total enough that if our opponent has some defense, we can still win with our trampling hasty Minotaur attackers. So that's step 1 of the deck. The rest of our Minotaurs, we have Boros Reckoner, Minotaur Aggressor, Neheb Dreadhorde Champion. So our 4th Minotaur is going to be one of these. It really depends on the situation. Boros Reckoner adds a lot of devotion. It's our best Minotaur to cast. We can just cast it, adds devotion, ramps us with Nykthos, blocks up the ground while we're getting to Deathbellow War Cry. Minotaur Aggressor is our biggest Minotaur, so if we're worried about getting through blockers, this adds the most damage to the battlefield. And then Neheb is also another fine Minotaur to cast. It's big, it lets us filter through our deck, can even make some mana, which is nice. So we get our first 3 Minotaurs, then we snag one of these. All together, when we snag these 4 Minotaurs, the end result is going to be almost 40 damage to our opponent. We're getting direct damage. All of our Minotaurs have haste. They all have trample. They're all getting ++3 when they attack. So this lets us to roughly 40 our opponent, which means even if our opponent's gained some life, or even if our opponent has some blockers, we could still kill our opponent on the spot when Deathbellow War Cry resolves. So that is the big finish for the deck. The rest of the deck is designed to get to Deathbellow War Cry, because 8 mana is a lot. So first off, 4 Nykthos Shrine to Nyx works well with some of our other cards. We talked about Boros Reckoner, that's a lot of devotion. Even just like our random Rageblood Shamans, Minotaurs that we happen to draw, are adding some extra mana symbols to the battlefield, which means even though we're not like maximizing Nykthos, we can sometimes tap it for like +2 mana, +3 mana, a little bit extra to help get towards our Deathbellow War Cry. Then we have our most direct combo piece, which is Ironcrag Feet. Ironcrag Feet just jumps us from 4 mana up to 7 mana, which means we need 1 extra mana source, essentially, to be able to just win the game by casting Deathbellow War Cry. Yes, we only get to cast 1 more spell, but that's fine, because Deathbellow War Cry is a 1 more spell that just kills our opponent when it resolves. So this could jump us into killing our opponent maybe as early as turn 3. I think the quickest kill we can get is involves adding some extra mana to the battlefield early in the game, and then using Ironcrag Feet to play Deathbellow, turn 3, kill our opponent. In the early game, we have a few different options. options. Generator Servant, Vessel of Volatility, both come down on turn 2 and are +2 mana. That's how we can get the turn 3 kill with the help of Ironcrag Feet. Like a hand of, let's say, Generator Servant on turn number 2, turn 3 make our land drop. We technically have 5 mana, 2 from Generator Servant, 3 from our lands. Then we're able to cast our Ironcrag Feet, which is going to put us all the way up to 8 mana. Then we get Deathbellow War Cry, turn 3, win the game. Wily Goblin, only +1 mana, but it also adds 2 mana symbols to the battlefield, so it works well with Nykthos, adds a little bit more mana than it actually looks like. So early game, ramp, try to get to Deathbellow War Cry as quickly as possible. Deathbellow War Cry should basically always be lethal. The last part of the deck is a little bit of consistency. We really need Deathbellow War Cry. When it comes right down to it, it's unlikely that our Minotaurs, unless we are tutoring them out with Deathbellow War Cry, are going to actually win the game. But we just have like scattered, pretty underpowered creatures, unless we're getting them all at once. Then they're absolutely insane and game winning. So Chandra Torture Defiance can be a ramp spell with its +1, can give us some card advantage to dig for Deathbellow War Cry, and can also be a removal spell. Cathartic Reunion just lets us discard extra lands, Minotaurs that we don't really want to be casting, to dig through our deck to find our Deathbellow War Cry, hopefully increasing our consistency a little bit. And that's basically the deck. Mana base wise, pretty simple. Some dual lands, some basic lands, the Nykthoses, which we talked about. In the sideboard, since we're technically a Rakdos deck, even though we're mostly red, we get Thoughtseizes, helps against counter spells, helps against control decks, combo decks, some removal for aggro decks, Wild Slash for the early game, Dreadbore can snake Planeswalkers, Chain Whirler gives us a kind of wrath against like Elvish Mystic style decks. It also adds a lot of red mana symbols to the battlefield. Damping Sphere helps against various combo style decks. Awkward with our Nykthos, but that's fine. It's worth it if we're not dying to like the Thassa's Oracle Underworld Breach combos or whatever, Jeskai Ascendancy combos. Star Fixation, kind of a backup combo. If we have a Boros Reckoner out, we deal 20 damage to it. That goes to our opponent's face. Can also just wrath away a bunch of Planeswalkers and creatures. And that is Deathbellow War Cry for Pioneer. And that's our Against the Odds deck for this week. So let's jump into some games, see how Deathbellow War Cry actually works in practice. Is it the card that can make Minotaurs work in the format? We're going to find out. So let's jump into the game, see how it works. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Against the odds time. We are trying to Warcry people. We got to ship that. We got 1 land. Okay. This hand has potential. We will keep. We will put Ironcrag Feet to the bottom. If we can find another red source, Wily Goblin is +1, Generator Servant +2, Ironcrag and Feet. Okay, if we just draw a red source, and don't get Thoughtseized. Boo! Boo! Oh, that head was so much what we wanted. Ugh. Alright, well, now that we've been Thoughtseized, we gotta find another Warcry. And we're on the mulligan, which makes Thoughtseize even more brutal, but, well, we'll see. Maybe our opponent does not realize the power of the Warcry and takes, like, our castable cards. That would be sweet. Takes, like, a Generator Servant or something. I expect if you see Deathbellow War Cry in your opponent's deck, though, you just gotta snap it. Snap it off with the Thoughtseize. I don't think you can avoid it. Wow, takes Ironcrag Feet, sure. Well, that's fine. We have a lot of ways to make mana. Play Generator Servant. We are definitely going to need another red source, though. Pass the turn. If we can draw a red source, we can start Wily Goblining to up our devotion. Wouldn't be surprised if our opponent had another Thoughtseize, considering what they took there. Mutavault. And Fatal Push. All right, red source, red source, red source. All right, that's a mountain, so play a Wily Goblin, pass the turn. All right, making progress. Oh, come on, no more Thoughtseizes, no more Thoughtseizes. Bone it. Scrappy Scrounger, sure. Mutavault. Well, we will play Wily Goblin. Opponent could have Rankle. That would be very bad. All right, pass the turn. Actually, I guess we get to get in for 1. Boom. Wily Goblin beats. Okay, well, let's see what our opponent has. If it's not something great, we win the game next turn. Swamp. Combat. Hits us. Opponent needs some way of interacting. 4, 5, oh no, are we a mana short? We're a mana short, aren't we? 4, 5, 6, 7. Murderous Rider. Oh, we are a mana short. Opponent passes. Oh, we might have punted there. I think we punted actually by not playing that land. I was trying to hold a buffer for Rankle, but we ended. That was some miscounting. All right, that might have been bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. One more shot at it. One more shot. Nothing, opponent. Nothing bad. Hit us for all you got. We'll take it. Sure. The beatdowns are on. Down to 10. What's the follow-up? Nothing. Okay. Untap. Play the mountain. Nykthos mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, hopefully this is enough. Deathbellow War Cry. We will take Rage Blood. I guess we don't really need Trample, do we? We will take War Caller, Fanatic of Mogus, Boros Reckoner, and Minotaur Aggressor. Actually, let's take the Lord. Rage Blood. Yeah, alright. Boom. Here they come. 4 Minotaurs. Domia. Down to 10. Combat. And I think this wins through a Murderous Rider. Attack. Get a bunch of triggers. Oh! Oh, through the thought seas. All right. And, yeah. Busted. All right, opponent's playing mono black aggro. We will bring in Chain Whirlers. And do we want Wild Slashes? Do we care about Wild Slashes? We'll bring those in. We'll go down. I think we trim a couple of Generator Servants. They die pretty easy. And the Minotaur Aggressor. Run it like that. We're going to try going without Wild Slashes. We might regret not bringing in Wild Slashes. I mean, our easiest and best way to win is just what we did there, which is Deathbellow War Cry, kill you. Maybe this deck actually kind of works. Oh, opponents. I mean, it is, so far it has been 100% we win the game if we can resolve it. Oh, lordy. All right, we're going to keep. Chain Whirlers are good. We are going to need another red source. Dreadwander. And, yeah, we'll see. That's a red source. All right, Blood Crypt tapped. This hand's a bit slow, but Chain Whirler's nice. And we do have the Iron Crag feat, so there is a chance that we can just win. There's Scrappy, sure. Opponent gets in. 2-drop would be helpful. Just to get something on the board. That is exactly what we wanted. Yeah, Wily Goblin. Pass the turn. Mountain, or Swamp. Dreadwander, okay. I kind of think we just take our beats this turn with Chain Whirler incoming. Opponent. Combat. Hits us. Yeah, we're going to take it. Down to 13. Opponent passes. Well, Dragon Skull Summit. Whirly Boy. I think I stole that from Rally Knight. Kill 'em all. Opponent. Fatal pushes our Chain Whirler. Sure. I think we are still going to attack. We're not going to chump. Opponent. Mutavault. And Spawn of Mayhem. Yeah, that is an issue. We're going to need to find our Deathbellow War Cry pretty quickly here. Opponent gets in, hits us down to 10. Yeah, it's a 4/4 flyer. We untap. Wily Goblin. Well, play Wily Goblin. Nykthos. Make mana. Nehab. Pass the turn. Oh, come on. Off the top. Deathbellow War Cry for the win. Opponent. Cast a Lockwade. We got the mana. I guess Chandra would also be fine. That's the other upside of Nehab, is Nehab at least can cycle through our deck a bit, hopefully. Rankle. Master of Prankles. Well, that does not straight up kill us. But we're going to need something very, very good this turn. I think it might have to be Deathbellow War Cry now. I don't think Chandra does it. Opponent combat. Considering attacking. All right, gets in with both flyers. All right, so we got to win the game this turn. Simple as that. Opponent gets in, hits us. Is it possible? Rankle. We're down to 2. Yeah, we have to literally win the game. I think we just got to top deck Deathbellow War Cry. Each player discards a card, loses a life, draws a card, sacks a creature. All right, now we actually have to think, which is unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Chain Whirler isn't going to matter, right? Is there any way we win without... We get in for 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we'll discard the mountain. We draw a mountain. We sack Wily Goblin. Well, come on, War Cry. Untap. Cathartic Reunion. Discard Chain Whirler Mountain. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Give us that War Cry. And a land. Alright. We couldn't find it. Yup. Yeah. Ugh. Well, I mean, I guess that's the downside, is if we don't have War Cry, things go a little bit worse. Maybe we bring in the Dreadbores. The big flyers are a bit of an issue. Let's go down the vessels. Actually, let's keep the vessels, go down the other 2 generator servants. I'm not super impressed by generator servant here. Run it like that. So that gives us a way to kill like a Rankle or whatnot. I feel like we can hold down the ground, but the big flyers are a bit of a issue potentially. Oh, we were close. We were so close. Even with how good of a start our opponent had and us being on the draw, if we had just found a Deathbellow War Cry off that Cathartic Reunion, we just win the game on the spot. Like, through that start at 1 life, we were super close. Well, all right, we'll keep it. Thought Seizes can be a problem. We need another red source, although this could work. This could. Especially if we draw another red source for this Wily Goblin. Now, Blood Crypt tapped. Pass the turn. Swamp. Duress. Alright. Opponent's heavy on the discard plan, apparently. Red source. We need a red source. Opponent should probably take Vessel. Unless they have double discard for Deathbellow, which they very well could. Takes Vessel. Red source. Alright, there's a mountain. So we get to run out Wily Goblin. Okay, we're not that far away. Boy, if we had that Vessel, we would have potentially a turn 3 kill. If our opponent didn't have that discard spell. Opponent. Mutavault. Passes. Playing the land. Pass the turn. Alright. What's our opponent have? Kills Wily Goblin. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see what they got. If nothing goes wrong, we have War Cry next turn. Castle Lockway. No discard. No discard. Oh, no. Okay. Well, there goes our Iron Crag feat. So now another Iron Crag feat would be good. Opponent's got a lot of discard. I will give them credit for infinite discard spells. And now our hand doesn't do anything until we... Oh, man. Oh, we had it. Well, Mountain, go. Well, I guess that's one of the drawbacks of the deck, is it can be disrupted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, Iron Crag feat, we win. Anything that can just put bodies on the battlefield helps. There's a spawn, clock increasing. Oh, no. Well, Nykthos, number 3. Ugh, that is our worst draw. Spawn of Mayhem doing Spawn of Mayhem things. And things are looking pretty grim. Ugh. That Thought Seize. Opponent gets in, hits us, down to 13. Well, come on, Iron Crag feat. Opponent. Is this another spawn? Yeah, well, Iron Crag feat. We need it off the top, and we need it in the next 2 turns, and a Bloodsoak Champion. Well, Cathartic Reunion. Discard 2 Nykthoses. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ugh. Yep. Well, alright. Oh. Alright, we gotta play Rage Blood Shaman or else we're literally dead. And we're still probably dead. Opponent. Because of the Mutavault, if we don't have a blocker, we're dead on board. This does mean we have to top deck an untapped land to be able to try to win. Since we had to sacrifice our clue, or treasure. Alright, opponent. And that's assuming we survive a turn. We're dead to Rankle, we're dead to a cheap removal spell. Alright, opponent draws. Alright, this is it. We need a land. We need a land. If we draw land, we win. It's got to be untapped, but that's all we need. Untap land. Opponent gets in. We block. Come on, deck. One time, untap land for the win. Let us steal the... Oh! Wow. Yeah, all right. Sure. Whoo! Hoo. Well, we didn't win that, but good God, was that close. Oh, opponent had to have double discard, and then we still had to whiff on lands to not win. If I had known we were going to draw a third Deathbellow War Cry, I don't know. Maybe there's some argument that we should have discarded a Deathbellow War Cry, but I think we played that as well as we could have. It's hard to think that you're going to draw into 0 lands off Cathartic Reunion. Oh, wow. All right, next time. All right, against the odds time, we are looking to Deathbellow. Some Pioneer players. And we'll keep this. I think it's fine on the draw. Izzet. All right. Now, Blood Crypt tapped. So is our opponent playing... I don't know what our opponent's playing. Abzan Boggles? Black-white? It's probably a Helion deck. Izzet. All right, Izzet's for days. Well, maybe we just get ballisted off. It's us. Well, we will play a Mountain, run out a Wily Goblin, pass the turn. So what would be good? Nykthos would be pretty sweet with this hand. Castle Ardenvale. Sentinel's Eyes. Okay, so opponent is playing Boggles of some kind. Oh boy, Ethereal Armor. All right. Things are getting worse. 2 cards in hand. Oh, this is awkward because our opponent might gain so much life that we can't actually win even if we War Cry. Well, Dragon Skull Summit, Boros Reckoner, I guess. Opponent untaps. Plains. Combat. Well, sure. I don't know how this goes horribly wrong, but we're going to block. That's how it goes horribly wrong. Karametra's Blessing. Yep. Well, we will hit our opponent, I guess, since we can't kill anything. Untap. No, Blood Crypt. Untapped. Chandra. Take up Chandra for mana. Cathartic Reunion. Pass the turn. Well, okay. Kill us if you can, opponent. Izzet. 6, 7, 8. All right. Combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The problem is if they kill Chandra, then we don't have the mana for Deathbellow War Cry. And our opponent is going to kill Chandra. That's a lot of Izzets. Yep. All right, Chandra down. Well, come on. Ironcrag Feet, I guess. Land. All right. Yep. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Opponent drew Izzets for days and had the auras, so we will bring in Wild Slashes. We will bring in Chain Whirlers. Go down Aggressor. Go down Vessels. Do we need Thoughtseize? Ugh. The problem is we can only cut so much without weakening our combo. Wild Slash is actually kind of hit or miss. It's good if we have it on turn 1, but it gets worse quickly. I guess we can go down a Reckoner, a Chandra, and... are we cutting all the Chandras? All right, a Chandra. Run it like that. All right, deck. Give us a combo kill. Yeah, Boggles seems better now. Karametra's Blessing is a busted card. Well, sure. I guess we'll keep this mostly because Chain Whirler seems decent against our opponent's deck, potentially. Blood Crypt, tapped. Pass the turn. We don't have a War Cry, though. Concealed Courtyard. And Thoughtseize. All right, that's a bit unfortunate. Opponent takes our ramp. We draw more lands, pass the turn. Caves of Koilos. No, opponent. All right. Thoughtseize Tribal. Strips our hand to literal nothing. And a creature? Izzet. Well, Cathartic Reunion is something at least. We will discard Warcaller and Mountain. Play Dragon Skulls. Oh no! Ugh! We drew our second Warcaller, so now we can't tutor that out. Opponent, Sram. That's not a card we wanted to see. Well, it's combo time. Ethereal Armor. Opponent gets in, hits us. Yup. We draw Wily Goblin. Well, we'll play Wily Goblin. Play the land, pass the turn. Ugh. So we can War Cry, but it's not actually lethal. And our opponent is... wow, opponent's hand was about as good as it could be. Double Thoughtseize, Sram, Izzet. Yeah, that is the dream. Opponent gets in, hits us. Well, let's see what we draw. Down to 10. Oh, wow, that is so awkward. So I guess what we have to do is play Warcaller and pass the turn. Do we want to attack? No attacks. We got to play the War Caller before we War Cry, or else we don't win. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we untap. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand, but Sram keeps drawing cards. We have the combo. Do we get a turn? Opponent. Hopeful Eidolon. That is fine. That is fine. I think that means we're going to win. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks with everything. Well, we have to chump. We take 6. Opponent gains a bunch of life. Down to 4. All right. Is this enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ironcrag Feet. Deathbellow War Cry. Rage Blood. Fanatic. Reckoner. And Neheb. Opponent's at 28. All right, here they come. Domia. 19. Combat. Attack. Get some triggers. This should be enough. Yeah, it's enough, right? Through double Thoughtseize? And a Sram? All right. Not bad. Oh, the deck is really good at winning 1 out of every 3 games. All right. Well, that was sweet. That was definitely sweet. Do we want Dreadbores too? Oh, that was awkward. We could have won quicker if we hadn't used both of our War Callers and had to hardcast one. Yeah, run it back. Try to do that again. Man, through double Thoughtseize makes that even more impressive. The deck has power. It has power. Consistency. It might not have consistency, but the power is there for sure. On to game 3. Opponent's on the play. Oh, we will keep this. I mean, Thoughtseize, blah, blah, blah. Sad. But we have Ironcrag Feet War Cry. Opponent. Godless Shrine. Untapped. Elsid. Can we draw a Wild Slash? Boros Reckoner. All right, land go. Plains for our opponent. Elsid's pretty good. Ethereal Armor. Grows Elsid. Gets in. Hits us. Gains some life. I'll play the land. Run out a Wily Goblin. Ship the turn. We're getting close. If there's no Thoughtseize and we live, Elsid, part 2. Combat. Opponent. Attacks. Well, we will block it. Opponent up to 25. Passes. Play the mountain. Run out Boros Reckoner. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. No Thoughtseize. What do you got, opponent? Caves of Koilos. And all that glitters. Okay. Opponent goes to combat. Hits us. Well, sure. Yeah, the moment of truth. Is there a Thoughtseize in those last 2 cards? Opponent goes to 35. All right. Well, let's go for it. Land. Ironcrag Feet. War Cry. We will take Rage Blood. War Caller. Fanatic of Mogus. Boros Reckoner. Actually, is Boros Reckoner the right pick? I think we actually want Neheb. All right. Snag him. Hit ya. Trigger. Yup. Is it enough? What could our opponent have? Oh, this is turn 4. Is it going to win us the game? That is the question. I mean, I believe this is lethal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we can deal 35. Hopefully. The suspense is killing me. What is in our opponent's hand? Okay, resolves. Go to combat. Attack. Get the triggers. Do we get it? Opponent's at 26. Trigger everything. Okay, sacks Elsid. And Fatal Push. All right. So opponent goes to 4. Oh, can they kill us on the backswing? Another Ethereal Armor, all that glitters would do it. Oh my goodness, opponent survived for now. Opponent. Hateful Eidolon. 1 card in hand. What is it? Does it kill us? Opponent. Combat. Passes. Okay, we untap. It's a mountain. Cathartic Reunion. Discard Ironcrag Feet. Mountain. Nykthos. Oh, this isn't enough, is it? 7! Oh. What happens if we attack with everything? I mean, I think we have to. Go to combat. Swing. Trigger. Wow, we almost got to do it twice. Opponent. Blocks. And Minotaurs? War Cry? I mean, this still looks like lethal. Karametra's Blessing. Oh my goodness. All right. I'll pass the turn. Oh no. Opponent untaps. Whoa. Okay. Draws. Oh! Oh, my lord! All right, and we scoop it up. Wow. Oh. Woo! All right, all right, all right. Huh. Well, that was something. Jeez. Fair enough. All right. Against the odds time, we are pioneering with Minotaurs. They're back. Well, actually, Minotaurs, thanks to Deathbellow War Cry. We're going to keep this. We do not have Deathbellow War Cry, but we have the mana. And we actually have just like an awkwardly good Fanatic of Mogus. We're going to need to find Deathbellow War Cry to close out the game, but opponent. Ether Hub. All right, sure. And Unbridled Growth. Well, all right, so we have literally all the mana we could ever want. We have close to just infinite mana here. Yeah, opponent. Island. Island's not a land we like to see. That means counters are possible. Paradise Druid. Opponent. Passing. Play Nykthos. Play Wily Goblin. Make a treasure. Play Wily Goblin. Make a treasure. Generator Servant. All right, we got mana. We need a War Cry. We have, like, a really fast War Cry here, but we don't have the War Cry. We would also accept Cathartic Reunion to try to find a War Cry. Opponent ups. Otherwise, I guess we're running out of big Fanatic Mogus and beating down with Wily Goblins. Opponent. Crash through. Crash through, sure. Stomping Grounds. Tapped. Deathbellow War Cry. One time. Generator Servant. Well, add some mana. Play Generator Servant. Fanatic of Mogus. Hit our opponent to 10. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent goes to 5. But can they go infinite with Jeskai Ascendancy? That is the question. Or Wrath our board. Then we got nothing. Okay. That's a good sign that our opponent doesn't have exactly what they need. Sacks Unbridled Growth. And Strategic Planning. Oh boy, tell us this isn't going to fall apart now. And opponent scoops it up. Okay, well, we did not get to do our spectacular thing, but our Wily Goblin beatdowns got the job done. All right, opponent is playing a combo deck. We want Damping Spheres, even though they are awkward with Nykthos, and we want Thought Seizes. We will go down a couple of Boros Reckoners, and then I guess the Wily Goblin. Actually, let's go 2 Wily Goblins, 2 Vessels. Run it like that. So we have Thought Seizes, Damping Spheres. Well, we made a lot of mana really quickly. We just did not have Deathbellow War Cry, but it worked. The Wily Goblin beats. Sometimes that's enough. Ooh, all right. I mean, I guess we keep this mostly because Damping Sphere is really good against what our opponent's trying to do. Breeding Pool. We got Ironcrag Feats, which means if we do happen to draw Deathbellow War Cry, I guess we need a bit more mana, but opponent. Simic carry added. And we'll play the Mountain, and yeah, let's... Can we lose this turn? We could. All right, let's just slow things down a bit. Damping Sphere. Pass the turn. Opponent. Ops. We are going to have to keep in mind this Damping Sphere with our combo. Like Ironcrag Feet, we're going to need an extra mana to be able to play a War Cry afterwards. Temple Garden, tapped. Well, play the land, play Generator Servant, pass the turn. Generator Servant is kind of sweet here because worst case we can hasten this Niheb. Mountain, opponent, passing. Now play the Mountain. Yeah, I think we're going to do it. Niheb with haste. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. And I think we just discard our entire hand. Thoughtseize you. Alright, opponent kills the Damping Sphere. We will take Treasure Cruise. Generator Servant. Pass the turn. Unbridled Growth. Sacks it to draw a card. Temple Garden tapped. Carry added part 2. Opponent passing. Well, we're going to keep doing what we do. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent takes it. Discard the Mountain, I guess. Ugh. Next turn, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, not next turn. Well, Thoughtseize you. Take Radiant Flames. Boros Reckoner. Pass the turn. And opponent scoops it up? Well, we did get to do our crazy thing, but, I mean... we did Minotaur win against an unfair combo deck. Okay. Well, that wasn't the Deathbellow War Cry win, but we'll take it. Sweet, sweet. All right. Against the odds time, we are trying to Deathbellow War Cry with some Minotaurs in Pioneer, and we're going to keep this. We have pretty good... Oh, dear. It's a control matchup. Well, we'll see. We have good mana production. What we don't have is a Deathbellow War Cry. Oh, this is probably combo, actually. Well, play the land, play Wily Goblin, pass the turn. Yeah, counterspell matchups are tricky, and combo is also kind of tricky. We need to resolve this Cathartic Reunion. Izzet charm. Cathartic Reunion, one of the drawbacks is, if our opponent can counter it, it is insanely brutal. Bone it. Oh, it's prowess. Okay. Oh, they discarded 2 Arclight Phoenixes. Oh, yes. Okay. Sure. Sure. Fair. Fine. Fun. All right. So that was, this is the Phoenix. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, this will be a quick one. This was just, you can't get any better than that if you're the Phoenix deck. That is literally, okay. Sure. Well, I mean, sometimes you just take your hat off to your opponent and say, good job. I don't even know if we show anything, honestly. Is there any way we win? Discard, play the land, Generator Servant. But this still leaves us miles short. Okay, yep. Well, we probably shouldn't have shown our opponent anything. That is, whoa! That is just the best possible Arclight Phoenix draw you can have. Doesn't get any better if you are Phoenixing. Well, we'll bring in the 2 Damping Spheres. I guess we go down a Wily Goblin and a Generator Servant. Thoughtseize does not seem super effective. Well, run it like that. Yeah, this is probably not a great matchup. Counterspell matchups are rough, and our opponent not only has random counterspells, but apparently they can just kill you on turn 3. Although, having 3 of your Arclight Phoenixes in your top 12 cards is pretty above the curve. Like, on average, you might have 1, but having 3 is, woo! Can't do much about that. That's more just unfortunate, I would say, than anything. I mean, unfortunate for us, fortunate for our opponent. Alright, we'll play first. Well, okay. I guess we keep this. Land go. We can discard our extra Nykthos. We have the Ironcrag feat. Steam Vents, tapped. I'll play Nykthos, Cathartic Reunion, discard Nykthos, and Boros Reckoner. Alright, I mean, that is Ironcrag feat and Deathbellow War Cry. Mountain for our opponent. Strategic planning. We'll see what our opponent dumps here. Alright, nothing too helpful. I'll play Wily Goblin. Get a treasure. This is awkward, but run out Damping Sphere, pass the turn. This does shut down our Nykthos. We can still tap it for a mana, but we can't tap it for a bunch of mana. Opponent, passing. Now play the Mountain, go to combat. Get in with Wily Goblin. Hit our opponent. And yeah, let's just... Yeah, let's just Wily Goblin. I was thinking about running out Neheb, but we know our opponent has removal that can kill it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, opponent's gonna kill Damping Sphere. This actually might be okay, though. If our opponent goes Spellslinger mode, we have Ironcrag feat, Deathbellow War Cry, and we now have the mana to... Oh my goodness, okay. I think we got him. I think that's game. Opponent gets in, hits us. Sure. We untap. We play the land. We Nykthos. We Ironcrag feat. We Deathbellow War Cry. We Rage Blood. Hasty Dude. Fanatic of Mogus. And Minotaur Aggressor. Hit you for a bunch. Everything haste. Everything huge. Everything trampoly. Swing at your face. And okay, we got him. We got him. All right. Poe scoops it up. I mean, this deck is actually kind of close to being good. It's kind of close. I don't think it's 100% there, but boy, we've won a reasonable amount of games. Oh, so close. I mean, I think it's good enough. Like, it's a sweet against the odds deck, but it actually oddly feels close to being, like, actually effective. Like, you could actually play this in compete with it. The biggest problem is just the counters. That's the hard part. Like, we've been getting some pretty consistent fast wins, but counter matchups are much more difficult for our deck. That's where things become much more challenging. Because if you're going all in on Deathbellow War Cry, also Thoughtseize, as we saw against Mono Black. Oh, I wish we'd won that one too. But even our losses, they feel like super close. We're not going to pass this up. We got a Generator Servant, which is probably going to die, but we got the Deathbellow War Cry. So we have our most important combo piece. We also have about 1 million lands, which is less exciting. Got it. Sulfur Falls, Swiftspia, and Opt. All right, well, that's a clock. Opponent hits us. Well, down to 18. Even more lands. Even more lands is not exciting. Well, Generator Servant. So this is a position where if Generator Servant lives and we were to top deck Ironcrag Feet, we win next turn on turn 3. Easier easier said than done, because I don't think Generator Servant will live, and our opponent could have a counter, but that shows how fast this deck can win. Opponent. Yeah, I wish there was like Boseiju in the format. Some sort of anti-counter protection. That's something that's missing. All right, okay. We're live. All right. Ironcrag Feet off the top for the turn 3 kill. Oh, that would be so good. That would be so amazingly good. Arclight in the graveyard. Opponent goes to combat, attacks. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. You can do it. Show us that Ironcrag Feet. Mountain. That's not an Ironcrag Feet. Well, hit ya. Pass the turn. Oh, that was our window. That was our dream window to steal this game. Opponent. Strategic planning. Dump some stuff. Crash through. Draws a card. Land. Combat. All right, one more chance. One more chance. One more chance. One more chance. Damn it. Ugh. Yeah, I think that does it. Oh, we had chances to win this game. We had 2 turns. We've just drawn a lot of lands and no way to filter them away. I mean, I guess that's another downside of the deck is another downside of the deck is we do have a lot of like bad Minotaurs for the combo. Not a lot, but some. So we end up drawing cards that are not very good sometimes. Opponent gets in, hits us. Yeah, not gonna block. If we got another cheap spell, we are dead. We need this Generator Servant to have any hope. Like, if we chump, we live another turn, but then we have no potential way of winning the game, so. Alright, down to 2. Steam Vents. Alright, it's a land. Well, that was sad. We had shots at it, we just didn't draw it. Alright. Against the odds time, we are Minotauring in Pioneer, and alright, we'll keep this. We have mana-ish. We don't have a Deathbellow War Cry, but Nykthos, Rageblood, Boros Reckoner will be able to make mana at some point. And then hopefully we can Cathartic Reunion away like Minotaur Aggressor and something to find War Cry and then win the game. That's the plan anyway. Please don't counter us, opponent. Maybe we can just win with Rageblood and Boros Reckoner. That doesn't seem wholly impossible. Alright, Mountain, go. See what our opponent's up to. Game trail. Alright, so we don't have to worry about counters at least. What do we draw? Fanatic of Mogus. Alright, so we will Cathartic Reunion, discard, discard. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Pass the turn. We're getting there. We still don't have a Deathbellow War Cry, but Chandra can dig for it and help us ramp into it. Force for our opponent. And Burning Tree Emissary. And Bone Crusher Giant. Sure. Well, play the Mountain. Run out Boros Reckoner. Also, Boros Reckoner plays some serious defense, which is nice. Opponent, Mountain. At least if our opponent, like, kills it with a burn spell, we get to kill one of their things, basically. Clothis. Alright. Opponent, passing. Ironcrag Feet. Well, let's play Boros Reckoner. Play the Mountain. Attack our opponent. Well, they gotta use 7 Devotion? Alright. Well, next turn we could potentially make a lot of mana, which is something. Like Nykthos. Jeez. We need a War Cry. We need a War Cry. Opponent, what you got? Llanowar Elves, sure. And passing. War Cry? Off the top, Blood Crypt. Well, play Nykthos. Add some mana. Chandra. Do we want to tick up or down? Yeah, let's tick up. No casting. Rage Blood Shaman. Combat. Attack you. Opponent. Down to 9. Well, we might just be getting Minotaur Tribal. Minotaur Tribal kill here. Opponent. Gonna get Cathartic Reunion. Gates of Life hit us. Sure, down to 14. Can you answer the Minotaurs, opponent? And we're still, if we ever draw Deathbellow War Cry, we win. On the spot. We have the mana and then some. We just need the War Cry. Opponent goes to combat. No attacks. We untap. War Cry. War Cry. Generator Servant. Well, take up Chandra. Actually, can we win here? We might be able to win. Go to combat. Attack, attack. Opponent's going to collect a company. Soulscar Mage. Wow. Okay. Sure. Opponent takes it. Okay, now we do win because we get to Chandra Reckoner hit you for 4. Well, we didn't draw War Cry, but we won. All right, Minotaurs. Maybe we don't even need War Cry. We just need Minotaurs. That's it. That's all we need. All right, so we'll bring in our anti-aggro stuff. Wild Slash is... What are we cutting is the question. We can trim a Reckoner. Maybe go down 1 Ironcrag Feet. Go down the 2 Vessels. Do we actually want Star of Extinction? We probably need it. Ironcrag Star of Extinction seems good. Trim, and let's go down Aggressor. We have enough Minotaurs without it, and that one's pretty bad against against Bone Crusher Giant in specific. Well, in some ways, that's good news for our deck. If our deck actually can win when it doesn't have Deathbellow War Cry, that is good news. I mean, we would obviously rather have Deathbellow War Cry and just combo, but opponent, Llanowar Elves. Well, Blood Crypt tapped. Pass the turn. See what scary 3-drop our opponent has. Forest. And Spellbreaker. Sure. So we're taking 0 this turn. Play the Mountain. Play Wily Goblin. Pass the turn. Gonna need to find a War Cry. Opponent. Elvish Mystic. Man, Chain Whirler would also be pretty sweet. Stomps are dork. Alright, Chain Whirler off the top. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 16. Ooh, War Cry. 6, 7. Can we live long enough? Play Generator Servant. Pass the turn. We'll see. We're up. We need Ironcrag Feet. Ironcrag Feet and we win. Otherwise, we got to survive 2 more turns, which is not guaranteed. Opponent gets in, hits us to 12. Yeah, passes. Play the Mountain. Play Fanatic Amogus. That can trade with the Spellbreaker. All right, well, we'll see. Pass the turn. Oh, boy. Opponent's got Coco, I'm sure. Oh, this is a moment of truth. Collected company. What does our opponent find? How devastating is it? Bone Crusher and Burning Tree Emissary. All right, opponent. Wildboard Preserver, flashing them all in. Going to combat. Are we dead is the question. Eidolon, okay. Going to grow the Preserver. 4, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Opponent goes to combat. Are we going to steal this? 4, 8, 9, 10. All right. Block here. 4, 8. All right. Yeah. We drop to 2. We untap. Mountain. Sack Generator Servant. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Deathbellow War Cry. And this should do it, I think. Oh, man. War Cry going to steal? All right. So we take Rage Blood. We take Hasty Warcaller, Boros Reckoner, Fanatic of Mogus. Yup, we will take those 4. Come into play, hit ya. Whoa! And our opponent had a good draw too, and we still got him. Attack, trample, pump, haste, death, destruction, Minotaurs. That was a turn 1 Llanowar into turn 2. Whoa. That was a turn 1 Llanowar draw, and we took him down. Turn 1 Land of War, turn 2 Spellbreaker, I think, into Collected Company, and Minotaurs don't care. I mean, that was turn 5. Turn 5 is still pretty fast, and that's a lot of damage. Supposed with 18, we hit him for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 directly, and then we have, I don't even know, 6 plus 5, 11, plus 4, that's 15, plus this, that's 7 more, that's like 30-ish damage. Got him. All right. Yeah, that's the power of Deathbellow. Sweet. So what did we learn this week about Deathbellow War Cry and Pioneer? And oh my god, these matches. So overall, we finished 2 of 3 in our video, which not a horrible record for playing Minotaurs in Deathbellow War Cry. On the other hand, wow, were we close to winning a lot more of our games. That's one of the most impressive parts, I think, about the deck is in all of our matches, it really felt like we were in them. Even the ones we lost, like that Black-White Sram deck, my mind is still blown that we did not win that match. Mono Black, we were like 1 mana or 1 life point away from winning that match. So even when we were losing, we were able to combo off at least once every match. We weren't just like getting completely blown out and not doing anything. And we were like so close to being 4-1 with the deck. So the good news is Deathbellow War Cry is really powerful. We resolved it many times and it was lethal every time except that once where we were playing against the Aura's deck. Our opponent had all these Elsiads and we're at like 40 life and had all these tricks. So every time except one, we were able to win the game when we resolved Deathbellow War Cry. So that is the upside of the deck. It is really powerful when we cast Deathbellow War Cry. The other upside of the deck is it's fast. Like, we never got a turn 3 kill, but we were close to getting some turn 3 kills. And turn 3 is really quick in the format. Yes, we do have to play a lot of questionable cards to make it work. And the biggest downside of the deck, by far, well, I guess there's 2 really. One of them is consistency. We have some hands where you just like draw all mana, draw a bunch of questionable Minotaurs, and don't find Deathbellow War Cry. That's pretty sad. That makes it a little bit difficult to win consistently. Like, the good games are really good, but then we have the bad games where our deck looks like a pile of really bad Minotaurs in a bunch of mana ramp that doesn't really get us anywhere. The other issue with the deck, which I kind of hinted at, is we're playing a lot of Minotaurs, and really the Minotaurs themselves are pretty questionable power level wise. Like Kargma Warcaller, Neheb, even Minotaur Aggressor, even Rage Blood Shaman, those are not cards we really want to be drawing, which is just a little bit awkward. We try to minimize the impact of these cards by only playing 2 of them, which is hopefully enough that even if we draw 1, we should still have one in our deck for our combo finish with Deathbellow War Cry, but also not so many that we're just drawing 5-mana 2/3s constantly, which does not seem like a legitimate way to win a game of Pioneer. So that is kind of a drawback. The other thing that can be frustrating with the deck is we're very soft to counter spells. That's kind of normal if you're playing a deck that's built around an 8-mana sorcery, but there's a lot of ways that it can go wrong if our opponent's playing a control deck with a bunch of counter spells. Our backup plan isn't super great. Like, we can, I guess, play Wily Goblins and Boros Reckoners and try to attack, but really, we need to resolve Deathbellow War Cry to have a super legitimate chance of winning the game, and there isn't like a Beseiju in the Pioneer format or something else that is just guaranteed protection from counters. We got the Thought Seizes in the sideboard, which can help in counter heavy matchups, but really that's probably the biggest downside of the deck is our opponent can ruin all of our work where we're spending like 2 or 3 cards to ramp into this Deathbellow War Cry or ritual into it. We have all these bad Minotaurs in our deck because of Deathbellow War Cry, and then our opponent just be like Spell Pierce, and we're like, oh no, and it ruins everything. So all around, I was surprised at how competitive the deck felt. Even though our overall record wasn't great, going 2 and 3, we were very close in a lot of our games, and it really felt like a semi-competitive deck, which is kind of shocking to me, because when you think about Deathbellow War Cry, and you think about Minotaurs, you don't think, oh, this is probably competitive. At least I don't think, oh, this is probably going to be competitive. I think this is probably going to be really janky. Hopefully we pull it off once, but we won 2 matches, and we were incredibly close to winning a couple more, so it feels like the deck is really close, although, as I said, you do got to play play a lot of pretty janky cards to make it work. So it's a high risk, high reward strategy. The reward is we can get this ultra janky but surprisingly powerful, almost 40 damage turn 3 kill with Deathbellow War Cry. So when things go right, they go really right, and it is spectacular. But when they go wrong, we're drawing a bunch of Kog'Maw War Callers, and a bunch of Wily Goblins, and a bunch of Ironcrake Fiends, and Vessels with nothing to really wrap into. So high risk, high reward, but overall, the deck is really fun. It is really fun, it is really unique, it wins in a spectacular way. Minotaurs finally being at least somewhat competitive in the format. All it took is a quadruple tutor, apparently, to make Minotaurs have a chance in the format. So I don't think this is going to break Pioneer. I don't think this will be a tier deck in Pioneer, but it is a deck that you could definitely take to a Pioneer FNM, and you would win some games with it, and those games would be very memorable, and I think you'd probably have your entire FNM talking about it. And the deck is actually pretty good in interaction-like matchups. That's my biggest impression of the deck. If our opponent's not really interacting with us, we can goldfish into kills quicker than most decks in the format, but if our opponent's interacting with Thought Seizes, especially with counter spells, then things can go wrong in a hurry. But anyway, that's Deathbellow War Cry. That's been Arrogance Odds for this week. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.